Welcome back to the channel. We very recently had it was called the Avengers War Table. We got to see new gameplay for Marvel's Avengers, which is releasing on September the 4th. I did do an actual reaction to it, but I can't upload that footage because I forgot to actually turn on audio for Con, Pete and the gameplay for the first minute or so, and I did notice pretty much straight away. But once it did come on, I was watching it through Xbox because it makes it easier to watch events through YouTube on Xbox. And there's just no audio settings. It's a very, very bland sort of interface with YouTube on console. And for some reason, it's normally fine. With the PS5 event, the Xbox event, it's been good. But for some reason, this Avengers stream, it just come out really, really quiet. So instead of having a live, reaction from all three of us, I'm just going to explain my thoughts. And I'm pretty sure Con and Pete will agree because we were discussing it through the event. And I feel we do have a similar understanding and same sort of views on it. So I am a big, big Marvel fan. I've seen pretty much every film. I've followed it for a long, long time. And I've just recently gone back and watched the Iron Man trilogy. I do plan on watching other film series as well, but I do want to go through and watch all of the Marvel films, all of the Avengers and stuff, because I just love it. And there's going to be a little bit of me that's biased towards it because I love Marvel so much. But I'm still going to be completely honest with my views and the fact that I don't think this game is going to be incredible. It's not going to break records or anything like that. But that is in no way, shape or form me saying that it's going to be bad either. So in this stream, we got to see new gameplay, and basically the way it works is you go to your war table on your helicarrier, and I like the fact that you can upgrade your helicarrier. You go to your war table and you're selecting hero-specific missions. So the mission they showed us was a Thor-based mission. You get to control Thor, and you've got to take out the baddies from AIM. And it just looks like, I don't know, from what we've seen so far, there is a beta coming up, which I'll get hands on, and hopefully I can understand it a little bit better. But it just feels as though there's not really too much story behind it. You're simply just doing an Avengers mission. That is all you're doing. That's what it feels like. But then obviously we've only seen snippets, and this mission, there wasn't too much to it. But one thing I did notice is how repetitive the combat looks. It does look like you're simply bashing a few buttons to do different combos and that's your combat for the game. But then, on the other end of the spectrum, there is going to be gear in this game. You're going to have a gear power score, whatever you want to call it. You've got actual levels to your characters. So once you've unlocked different abilities through your skill tree and stuff and you've got new gear pieces, the combat could switch up. So I don't know, but what we got to see was incredibly repetitive from the get-go. And not only that, I feel the heroes are going to have a few different moves they can use through abilities. But the NPCs, from what we got to see, there was a couple of mechs that were attacking Thor, and they literally have the same move. All they do is they grab Thor by the throat, lift him up, and throw him. It's just basically a chokeslam type thing, and that's all we got to see from these certain mechs. So I'm hoping there are more sort of combat, defense, and attack options for the NPCs as well as for us, the heroes. I don't know what the gear score is going to eventually build up to in the end, because what we got to see was a level 15 character and the gear power score was only 20. It wasn't much higher than your actual character level. But then later on we did get to see co-op and the war zones type thing that you have in there, which is PvE missions for co-op online play. And they said that you will level up your characters individually, so that could be good. You could go in with Hulk as level 1, you could come out of a mission with him level 6. You could then go into another mission as Black Widow and she's starting at level 1. You have to build up all of your characters separately, which I think is cool because if they're hero-based missions, you're going to be forced to use characters. You don't just get to choose which superhero you want to use. And I think that's good because it will make people use ones that they might not choose to use otherwise. So all of them should level up fairly evenly. And I do like the idea of that because me personally, I'm going to be using all of them whenever I can. I'm always going to be switching through them. And another thing is I would like to see more on the game because I don't know anything about the mission length at the moment. If it is repetitive combat, then I'm not going to mind it so much if the missions are a little bit shorter, 15, 20 minute missions. Because after I've used Thor and I've seen his repetitive combat, I go back to the war table, go into a new mission, I get to use Hulk and he's got different moves and different combos and stuff that he can use. So I will be like, through switching out characters and using different characters in the game, it will kind of take away from it being too repetitive. And another thing we noticed from this like stream is the fact that they've done changes to the character models again. Hulk is looking a lot more realistic, Black Widow's looking a lot better, but I'm not too sure on the other characters at all. And like, you have the fact that they are licensed by Marvel, but then you've got to think of how much extra money it's going to cost to get realistic character models, like from the modern sort of Avengers films, how much, like, to get Robert Downey Jr. in, to have him do all the motion stuff and exactly how he moves in the films. Imagine how much that's going to cost for all of the characters. Not only that, but it would be the same with voice acting. To get Robert Downey Jr. to play the voice of Tony Stark, Iron Man, it would cost them a lot of money. Like, anyone, Robert Downey Jr., Chris Hemsworth, Scarlett Johansson, they're not going to be cheap at all. So, like, I'm really 50-50. I'm going to be picking up the game 100%. I want to try the game, and if I can, I will be playing the beta. But so far, it is, I'm going to say it's looking good. Not amazing, but not terrible. It is kind of in the middle. Because, as I said, character models don't look amazing, gameplay looks a little bit repetitive, but at the same time, you're using the Avengers, which is cool. They have hero-based missions, and not just that, it's not just you going into a mission as Thor and you take down enemies and that's it. Whilst you're playing as Thor, you have like Iron Man and Hulk coming and actually helping you during the mission. So there will be the heroes playing alongside you whilst you're controlling one of them. I think for some of the missions, it would have been a nice touch if you could switch, kind of like you do in GTA, where you hold down your D-pad, you switch between characters. I think it would have been nice to have different sections of the game played out by you actually using the different characters. But, I mean, that's not a bad thing. That's just something that would have made it even cooler. So I don't have the highest of hopes for this game, but I do have a standard. I want the game to be good. And even though I am a huge Avengers fan, like Marvel fan, I'm still going to be 100% honest, truthful. If I don't like the game, I will let you know. But so far, as I said, it's too early because we haven't seen a lot. But another thing about Warzones and the co-op experience, you can matchmake, so you can find other teams. You don't have to have a full team of like 4 friends. But alongside that, you can also go in by yourself, and you can take 4 of your characters and just have the computer controlling the other 3, so that you can level multiple characters up at the same time. So I think that's going to be quite good as well. But what I'm going to do is leave the video there. That's like my initial thoughts on it. And as we see more, I will come back and do future videos because I am really looking forward to this game. But that's going to do it for now. Let me know your thoughts and stuff in the comments as always. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.